Up to now, we have looked at case find and name find. Case find allowed us to search for cases using case criteria. Name find allowed us to search for name entities using name criteria. But what if you wanted to search for cases using both case criteria and name criteria at once? Let's say I want a result list of all trademark matters where a specific client is the account address. In these situations, we will use the name case find window. The name case find window is located in our quick find page. The quick find page gives us several quick and easy ways to search for information using different criteria. The second option is what we want. So I will click on the name case find button. Name case find will return cases based on name and case criteria. I want to retrieve all trademark cases where a client of mine, Smiley Face Shoes, is the account address. So let's do this. First search for and then add in the name number of the entity. You can also manually type out the name number if you have it on hand. We can see our entity details listed to the right of the criteria area. Now let's define in which context we want to see the client cases. We only want to see cases where the client is the account address. I will set this to be the criteria by clicking on the name type drop-down and choosing the account address. Let's click search. My results appear, and in my results we have a patent case entry. I only want to see trademarks, so let's limit it further. Choose trademark from the case type criteria drop-down and click search. My results are updated as expected. Let's add one more criteria. I want to limit my results to only the country Sweden, so I enter Sweden in the country drop-down. Perfect, my results are updated and correct. So to summarize, we search for all trademark cases in Sweden where the name number 50052 is the account address. Quite happy with my results, and I can now open my case by double-clicking on it. Other points of interest is the option to search using designated countries. Do this by ticking the Include Where Designated tick box. We can also include closed cases in our results using the Include Closed Cases tick box. Let me clear all my entries by clicking the Clear button. Now let's look at one more point we need to take note of. I will once again type in the name number I used previously, but this time I will not specify a name type. I will, however, still add in trademark as the case type. Now recall previously we had 5 records that appeared. The criteria as is exactly the same, so you would expect the same result. The only difference here is that we did not specify the name type. Let me click search. Interesting. We now have many more entries listed. 15 in fact, where we previously had 5. So us not setting the name type criteria seems to have had a great effect on our returned results. Let's look at why. Starting with the results themselves, take a look at the lines. Clearly we can see that lines have been duplicated. Each of our original 5 records now take up 3 result lines each. The only difference between the duplicates are the name type column. So now the issue becomes clear. We asked that Patricia list all cases with name number 50052 linked, irrespective of name type. Remember, we did not set the name type criteria, so Patricia did exactly as we expect. Our results returned are all cases with name number 50052 linked. This can be seen in the last column showing how this name number has been linked to the case. I can clearly see this if I open one of these records and then go into the Parties tab. On the Parties tab, this entity has been entered 3 times with different name types. So each name type gets its own line in the result list. If you don't want duplications, then you need to set the name type criteria as well.